Hello, stationery friends. Welcome back to Ginger Peachy Pens. If you're new here, my name is Sarah, and today I have a fun video for us. I want to do a little bit of an update on the Ink Rainbow 23 tag, which I started back at the end of May. I've been so excited to see everyone's Ink Rainbow videos. I have checked almost every day to see if there are new ones up, and I do have a playlist created here on my channel where you can see all of them all together that I can find. If I'm missing one, let me know. But I've had so much fun collecting them, and I've been doing a little bit of data analysis. So what I've got for you today is I have 10 inks that I purchased based on watching other people's ink rainbow videos that I want to try. So I was keeping track of inks that I was really excited to try, and I kind of ended up with a new little rainbow here. And I have 10 inks to swatch, but I also want to share with you my crazy data analysis that I've been doing. So I'm going to bring in my my iPad here so I can show you, and I'm going to have to bring the camera down. Let's see if I can get it and turn off my ring light. So I hope you can see this, and let me just set this to do not disturb. There we go. This is the data I've been collecting from the Ink Rainbow videos. I had watched several videos and been actually the first thing that I thought that I noticed was how many people were, well, it's not a ton, but I noticed multiple people choose Diamine Red Dragon as their red choice, and I just thought, I wonder how many people are choosing Diamine Red Dragon. Maria Rosso was the first one that I heard say it, and then there was someone else, and then there was someone else, and I just thought, wonder if I could track this. So I love a good spreadsheet, so I opened up Google Sheets, and every time I would sit down to watch a video, I just would put in the name of the creator and keep track of their ink choices. Everyone had the freedom to kind of make their own categories. A couple of people did more than one video, or they did like a fun ink and then a standard ink. So this is not, let's see, I have 41 entries here, and a few of them are multiples from the same person. So that's, perfectly fine. So I'm not saying, that it's 41 creators, actually 40, because I have a header at the top. I also went through Instagram, and a few people's a few people who did the hashtag Ink Rainbow 23. I went through their picture and tried to find to look at their favorites and add them in here. I know I didn't get all of them because Instagram will not show you everything in a hashtag anymore. That's really frustrating. And then there were a couple that I watched or that I saw that I didn't actually know what the inks were or couldn't read them or whatnot. So anyway, this is not perfect. I'm not a scientist, but I have this collection of all the inks that people mentioned. And then over here are like another purple, another great. It's when people mentioned like their sort of honorable mentions, or hey, I'm going to do, several people wanted to do the standard rainbow color. So they did indigo, or they would say, I love green. So here's another green, dusty pink. So, and a lot of people added in black and gray, which were not in my rainbow, or burgundy. So, I wanted to make sure I got those on the list. So this is kind of crazy and hard to see. This is where I was keeping track of the inks that I wanted to try. I highlighted them in yellow to begin with, and then I went back and let me see if I can brighten this a little bit, if that would help. See how that is. Oh, there we go. I highlighted them in yellow, and then I ordered some from the Goulet ink sample sale a few weeks ago, and those are the ones highlighted in blue. And then just recently I placed another order from Van Ness Pens, and those are highlighted in green. So there's still a bunch that I want to try that I was not able to get a hold of yet. And I didn't want to buy 50 samples all at one time. I'm kind of trying not to buy too many inks these days, but here I am with these ink samples. But I also sold a bunch of inks in my vlog sale, so I'm okay. I'm kind of coming out even, I think. But here's the more interesting side of this to me. Let me see if I can turn it portrait, if you can see it. All right. I know you can't see the bottom, but you can see, okay, you can see to there. All right, so this is where I would take every ink every time it was mentioned and put it in this list. I used a formula to pull the first word of the ink name here to get the brand. So like D Atramentis just says D, but we know what that means, so it's fine. But it's, if an ink was mentioned more than once, Ackerman SBRE Brown, it was mentioned twice that I saw. So it's in here twice because I wanted to see how many inks were repeated multiple times and how many inks from each brand were selected. And there's some more organization over there. This is just a list of participants and they're not matching up with this. Just so I could make sure, like, if I came to add somebody new, I didn't want to go, oh wait, did I add this one or did I not add this one? I can see here who has been added to this list. So I know some of y'all are going to think this is absolutely bonkers, but I really enjoyed it. So a few little things here I want to show you. So hopefully you can kind of read this. Every ink mentioned is here. And here's the number of times that each ink was mentioned, or that each brand was mentioned. Sorry. So we had 1 Three Oysters ink, 6 Ackerman inks. The only repeated Ackerman ink was SBRE Brown. 8 Birmingham inks, 26 Colorverse inks, and you can see Brunch Date twice, Gravity Wave 3 times, Martian twice, and Shiny Black twice. Down here, Diatramentis had 10, and Sherlock Holmes and Alexander Hamilton were each mentioned twice. Diamine is our standout here. There were 71 Diamine inks mentioned. Diamine was mentioned 71 times. And duplicates were Amazing Amethyst, Ancient Copper, Chocolate Brown, Cocoa Shimmer, Earl Grey, Golden Sands, Kong Girls, Marine, Oxblood, Poinsettia, Red Dragon, there it is, mentioned 4 times. Spiced Apple twice. Ferris Press had 19. You can see there's some others here that are smaller. Dominant Industry, Faber-Castell. Ferris Press had 2 Ottoman Auburns, 3 Butter Popcorns, 2 Peter Moss. Erbon had 26. I did not distinguish between the J. Erbon and the Jacques Erbon. They're all in here together. 2 Amethyst de L'Oreal, 2 Cacao do Brazil, 2 Larmes de Cassis, 3 Rue d'Onc. 4 actually. Sorry, I didn't. Here we go. Wait. This is harder to do. I've been doing this on my laptop, and that's a lot easier. There we go. Okay. 4 Rue d'Onc. I didn't match that blue exactly, but that's okay. Pilot Iroshizuku, which I just called Iroshizuku, had 36. It is the most repeated. Iroshizuku was mentioned 36 times, but look at all of these inks that were repeated more than once. And most of them, 4, 3, 4, 3, 3, and then 2, 2, 2. I mean, like, there are only a few here that were only mentioned once. So Iroshizuku wins for the most inks repeated. KWZ had 8. KWZ Honey was popular with 3. Just a few Lamis, 2 Vibrant Pinks, 11 Monteverdes. No repetitions in the Monteverdes. I love Monteverde inks. The Nagasawa Kobe just had 2. Noodlers had 13. And Noodlers Southwest Sunset, which used to be called Apache Sunset, had 5. It's one of the highest, most mentioned. Down here, Pelican. These are the Edelstein inks, but I just didn't put in Edelstein for the sake of space on the other chart because I was copying and pasting over from there. All of these also, I guess, are similar to the Iroshizukus. They're repeated, so many times. Golden Barrel has 5. People love Golden Barrel. That's a great ink. Olivine, Rose Quartz. I was proud of the Olivines because it's one of my favorite inks. 3 for Pannonia. Pilot, this one is separate from the Iroshizuku, but it is still, those are Pilot as well. But there was just 1 standard Pilot, 2 Platinum, 3 Private Reserve, 13 Rohrer and Klingers, and that alt Goldgrün was mentioned for the green 5 times. It's a very popular one. This one is interesting to me. Robert Oster had 27, was mentioned 27 times, and not 1 repeat. Not 1. I was shocked by this. That's the only larger number of times that a brand was mentioned that does not have 1 single repeating ink. So I love that. I think that's so fun. Sailor has 28. I did not distinguish between the different Sailor. I did write Shikiori, Manyo. There's probably some that are wrong, like the Sailor. Florida should be 50 states, Florida. But again, this is not perfect. 6 Tacha, Teranishi, 5 Troublemaker, Van Diemen's, and again, it just says Van because it pulled the first word. 12 Wearing Ghouls, and 1 Yoseka. So to look at these numbers a little bit differently, let's see how many inks total were mentioned. Not total different inks, but total inks mentioned is 400 because there is a header. So that's kind of nice that came out to an even 100. And here is our stats. Move up. Okay. So Diamine was mentioned far and away the most times. It's 71. The next was, these are in alphabetical order here. These are the same numbers. I know I probably should have put a big dividing line here. These are the same numbers as these. And then this was just me counting how many different brands. So we have 48 brands represented. And and this is the number of times each brand was mentioned. So there's a couple that could be combined. The Kyo no Oto and the Ama-Iro, I did not realize were the same brand. It's not a big thing because there were just like 4 of one and 1 of the other. Let's see. There's that 4. So that could be a 3. So that could be a 4. Again, this is not perfect, but Diamine mentioned 71 times. Pilot Iroshizuku mentioned 36 times. So 1 more Diamine and it would have been double the next highest number. Sailor at 28, Robert Oster at 27, Colorverse and Airborne at 26, and then Ferris Wheel Press drops down to 19. I was kind of surprised by that with Ferris Wheel Press's popularity. I kind of expected them to be a higher number. Pelican at 14, Noodlers at 13, Rohrer and Klinger at 13, Wearing Ghoul at 12, Monteverde at 10, and Monteverde at 11, and Diatramentis at 10. So, and then you can see these other numbers here. I know it's going to be small probably on your screen. If you want me to share this chart with you, I can probably do that. But anyway, I have had fun kind of keeping an eye on this. I wanted it in alphabetical order in case I wanted to find one easily and see the number. So I have this, and then I copied it over here and sorted by number. So anyway, doing too much over here, but like I said, I love a good spreadsheet. This has been a fun little project to see, and I thought you might be interested to see those numbers. I find it really fascinating. Diamine just ran away, with the numbers, and I think that's wonderful. Diamine makes great inks. you just don't hear about a lot of problems with them. And Pilot Iroshizuku and Sailor, the same. Robert Oster. I mean, these are just great inks all around. Colorverse and Airbond. Like, those are all inks that people don't complain about much, So I love this. I just love this. I'll keep an eye out for a couple more videos. I know there were a couple of people who said that they wanted to do one and that it would be a little while before they could. So there may be a little addition to this that I can show you an update when those other inks come in. Let me get my light back on here and pull this up, and we will quickly swatch these inks. I don't want to keep you here all day. Let me get a drink real quick. All right. So I'm just going to do this in here. I do need to make some swatch cards for these to add to my collection, but for right now, I'm going to use my little Inkapet Inktopus to hold my ink files. And I've got my little Inkapet pen rest here for my pen. We're going to start out with Colorverse Brunch Date. These are all inks that I have never tried before, and I just was captivated by other people's videos. So, and then Goulet just had that ink sample sale at just the right time for me. So, let's see. Yeah, we'll spread these over 2 pages. I really have, there's so many beautiful Colorverse inks, and they're just not a brand that I've tried too much. Not for any reason, really. I just haven't. Colorverse Brunch Date. This to me is really looking like a corally brownish color. Several people put this in their pink category, which is, perfectly fine. But it's kind of a brownish, orangey, pinky beige to me. But I like that. I did want to try it. I've been trying to kind of stay away from the really desaturated inks. Just because I know that I don't love really dry feeling inks. All right, Palette Iroshizuku Tsutsuji. Look at this. Look how bright this looks already. This matches my Inkapet. I'm excited to try this one. I love Iroshizuku inks, and I don't know why I don't buy them more to try them out. All right, I know it's Pilot Iroshizuku, but I'm still just going to write Iroshizuku. Tsutsuji. Look at that. It's like a magenta pink. I like that. How beautiful. Oh, I had not thought of Iroshizuku as making such bright inks as this. And I know this rainbow might look kind of crazy next to that Brunch Date, but what you gonna do? All right, Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. Ferris Wheel Press is a brand that I've kind of stayed away from because it's so expensive. I haven't wanted to fall in love with anything, but I just saw a couple here that I could not refuse trying. And these both are, well, this one at least is an ink that even if I fall in love with it, I will do fine just having samples because I do not use yellow. I've tried so hard to use yellow in pens, and I just don't. So this is Ferris Wheel Press. Buttered Popcorn. This is a really pretty yellow. And it looks like it's probably pretty legible even in a finer line based on this. I like that. I wish I could put this ink that's in the Kakimori nib back into the sample vial. That's really nice. Yeah, the only Ferris wheel press inks that I have, let me think. I don't even think I have any other samples right now besides these two that I have here. But I have the 3 original Ferris wheel press inks that were released on Kickstarter. That was like I was in on the first ones. So this is Bluegrass Velvet. Oh no, you didn't ask for this. This is a sidebar, okay? Tanzanite Sky, and I mean like the packaging and the little velvet bag that they came in, and these, I mean, just they are what made me buy this ink way back then. I mean, what was this, like 2016 or so? But I'm so afraid to use these on my desk because I'm afraid they're going to tip over. There's no ink color names on the bottles, so you don't know what they are if you get them mixed up, which, I mean, these 3 would be easy to figure out. So if I use them, I tend to use them in the box like this. And then they're just so expensive that I've never bought another one. And there's a third one. Where's the third one? Candy Marsala. So yeah, I was captured by the beauty of these, and then I've never bought a single other one. What's funny is I actually won a giveaway for the little carousel ink inkwell thing that was on Kickstarter, and so I'm excited to get that. And once I get it, I will show it to you, and we'll kind of do a little review. All right, sorry for that little sidebar. Oh, this is Robert Oster Citrus. This was a bright green. I've got a couple other greens coming from in that order from Van Ness as well. Green has just been kind of been drawn to it the last little while. Look at this bright summer green. This is Robert Oster. And forgive me, I did not keep track of, I mean, it's in that chart, but I did not write down who recommended these citrus. Butter popcorn was mentioned by a few people. Tsutsuji was mentioned by more than one person. And so was Brunch Day, actually. I think citrus was only mentioned once. That's a gorgeous bright green. I wonder how it compares to Monteverde Key Lime. Let's see. Oh, I don't know where my swatch cards. Monteverde Key Lime Pie from the Sweet Life series. Let's see. It's pretty comparable. I think the Robert Oster is definitely darker. And hopefully would work better in a little bit finer nibs. The last time I put key lime pie in a pen, I took it back, like I cleaned that pen pretty quickly. Not because I didn't like the ink, but it was just, it was too dry for that nib. So hopefully maybe citrus is a little bit wetter. Oh, I guess I could tell you what this is. This is Ferris Wheel Press, another one. Peter Moss. Look at that green. Oh my goodness. Press Peter Moss. Can forgive my handwriting in these videos. Like, I actually have decent handwriting in real life, but it's hard with this nib and with this paper and the angle that I'm writing at. I tend to like turn my page and it would be neater. Let me compare this really quickly to Pelikan Olivine. It's one of my favorites. Okay, not the same. Let's see if we can get them close. Olivine is definitely a little bit bluer and darker. This is a little more olivey, which is kind of funny because it's Olivine. But okay, just little comparison. That was Ferris Press. Yeah, Peter Moss. Next up, Colorverse Rainy Day. This was mentioned as a teal blue, I believe. Or maybe just a blue. I have two blues here, and I think of the two, this one is the more teal one. All right, that's gorgeous. I think this looks a little bit to me like Diamine Pelham Blue, maybe. Maybe we'll compare in a second. Whoa, I'm writing the wrong thing. Colorverse. Bummer. Ah, bummer. Trying to keep it all tidy here. Here I go, making mistakes. Let's see, we'll look at that Pelham Blue real quick. I love my Diamine inks. Nope, not similar. Definitely more dusty. Okay, not a good comparison. It reminds me of some of the Birmingham pen inks that I swatched recently that are a little bit dustier colors in general. All right, this is Iroshizuku Ama-Iro. So yeah, I ended up with two Iroshizukus as well as those two Ferris Press. All right. Ooh, okay. Now I can see why I picked this. It's been a few weeks since I ordered these, so I don't even remember what they look like. Iroshizuku. Oh, and two Colorverse. Ha! Look at that. How nice. I keep wanting to, like, if I wasn't doing this for a video, I would be I would be like doodling more. But I'm trying to keep the page kind of nice. That is a gorgeous bright blue. Oh, how pretty. Oh my goodness. That is gorgeous. That's going to have to go on a wish list for sure once I use up this. I have a bad habit of swatching inks and then going, oh, I need a whole bottle of this. And really, I need to wait. Use it up. Okay. Similar family to Waterman Inspired Blue. Look over here. It's brighter, but similar family. Let's see. All right, there's Konpeki. These are not going to be the same because they're the same brand. But can you see a little comparison? Konpeki is a little bit darker. Down here is where you really see the color. Really very similar, but definitely this is brighter than this one. So, all right. A little detour there. Monteverde Purple Rain. I have been wanting to try this ink since one of the very first Chris Sains videos. Chris, did I say your name right? Chris Sains videos that I watched. She talked about Purple Rain and that it's her favorite purple, and I was like, oh my stars, I have to try that ink. And so I have wanted to. I've almost bought a bottle a couple of times and then just didn't. And oh yeah, look at that purple. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. All right. Purple Rain. Oh, my stars. I love this. All right, my curiosity here is it going to dry down bluer or is it going to stay more warm toned? Because some of my favorite purple inks, I like them better before they dry because they start out warmer toned and they dry down more blue toned. And I still like them, but I'm like, man, I want you to be. So this is similar to the Aurora viola purple. Yeah, kind of similar. This is a little more fuchsia. It's a little more purple, but similar. So, and I don't think it's going to be very similar to anything else that I have. Monteverde Gratitude is definitely more magenta, and Purple Rain is more purple. And then Van Diemen's, I'm using this new Van Diemen's lavender, Tasmanian lavender. And it's actually slightly bluer and not quite as bright. I hope you can see this. I'm sorry. If I pick them up close to the camera, I know you can see better. All right. Next is Rohrer and Klinger Solferino. I saw this one at least a couple of times, and actually this looks to be similar. We're going to find out. Solferino. Fountain Pen Insanity was the first one that I heard mention this. Yeah, very similar, a little more. Feels like it's a little more saturated. And a little warmer. Yeah, like I would definitely classify Purple Rain as a purple and Solferino as a magenta, even though they're pretty similar. When I show you a little closer, maybe you'll be able to see that Solferino is a little more saturated. Purple Rain is a little bit like lighter and brighter. So far, I'm really loving these inks. And Diamine Chocolate Brown. I actually picked up one other one that wasn't mentioned, which is Colorverse Coffee Break. But it wasn't mentioned. It was just one that I've been wanting to try. So if I have a little room at the bottom, maybe I'll go ahead and do that one as well. Diamine Chocolate Brown. This brown just looks so rich. Oh, wow. I mean, I can see why it's called chocolate brown. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. It is so dark, saturated, pretty. Wow. All right. So there are those. I think I will quickly, no, I'm not going to swatch Coffee Break. It's not part of the 10. So here are those 10. Let me show you a close-up. And if I feel like I need to show you another close-up of these last ones once they dry, I will do that. All right, Brunch Date. Tsutsuji, look how pretty. Oh my stars. Buttered popcorn. I can't wait to get that into a pen and see how it looks. I need to compare it to Helianthus, Rohrer and Klinger Helianthus. Citrus, so pretty. Peter Moss, what a beautiful green. Rainy Day, and My Mistake. Ama-Iro. That Purple Rain, oh my goodness. Solferino. And Chocolate Brown. Can you see that pretty well? I think probably so. So, there we have it. These are my 10 first choices to try from the Ink Rainbow 23 videos. Thank you so much to every one of you who participated in that challenge. I hope to come up with some other things similar that we can do all together. And if you have not watched any of those videos, they are really fun to just see people's favorite inks in every color category. Well, not, in the main color categories. And to see how different people took them in a different direction. Some people did like a subtle rainbow or one person's is Serial Nana. Hers is all like autumn colors pretty much. And some of them just all look like summer. like this palette, and so it's really fun to see people's differences and their preferences and to hear favorites and get some ideas. So I hope you've enjoyed this series. And again, thank you for watching, for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you enjoy these videos. It really means a lot to me. And I am getting ready to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway before long. It'll probably be another few weeks because I've got some things going on. But as soon as I kind of get settled back down, I will be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway worth about $50 coming from my own money. It's not sponsored. And I'm excited to share that with you. So stay tuned, keep an eye out. I might sneak it into a video without putting giveaway in the title. So we'll see, because I really want it to go to one of my subscribers who enjoys my content, and not just to somebody out there who's searching for giveaways to enter. So I'm going to think about how to make that happen. Anyway, again, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the spreadsheet, and I look forward to talking to you very soon. Bye.